odds of who we're going to take in the first round have been revealed. And why are tight ends the first two? We are not taking tight ends. We are not taking tight ends. I don't care what someone says. We are not taking tight ends, no matter what. Anyway, we're going to take tight end probably like the 6th, 7th. Well, not 7th. We're probably going to take a tight end like the 6th round, maybe 5th, 6th. I could see us taking a tight end like for the foreseeable future, but it would be a late pick. And that's really just to develop somebody there because Eric All obviously out for this upcoming season. So not going to help out there. And then Tanner McLaughlin, you still want to see how he develops. We did put some capital into him. Tanner Hudson isn't going to be here forever. Mike Gesicki isn't going to be here forever. So you do want to, start to kind of get a real tight end to develop and grow in this team for a rookie contract. So if they did take one in the 6th round, I wouldn't be the most upset. That, again, is another position where it's like, I don't feel like we need it, but I do understand moving forward, you want to get a tight end, that you start kind of getting better and better with. But again, Eric Hall is going to be that guy. So, whatever. Tight end is always weird. But anyway, though, so let's skip the first two tight ends who, realistically speaking, we're not going to take. Then we got Starks, which is the guy I want. And apparently right now he's been undervalued. Like a lot of people are thinking he's not that good. Mainly because his 2024 campaign was really not good. You watch him last year, he had a really bad year. And coming off 2023, I think it really, pushed it even farther because 2023 was such a good freaking year. So when you look at 2024, it's like, man, that year was so bad for him. But with that being said, I think we'll be absolutely fine, when it comes to getting him. And I think he'll be a really great player for us. Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, Michael Williams from Georgia, Luther Burden III, Mike Green, James Pierce, and then the field is plus 500. So I definitely will say I want Starks, but I don't think we're going to get him. I really don't. I think he's going to go before we pick. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I think he'll go before we pick, so we won't even be able to attempt to get Starks, which kind of sucks. The guy I think we're going to go with is Michael Williams. I don't love it, and I'm not saying that that's who I want. I don't. But I'm saying this is how I think the Bengals are going to draft. I think they're going to draft Michael Williams. And because of that, I think we're going to all be like, was this a good pick? Was this a bad pick? We're going to try to fall in love with it. We're going to really not fall in love with it. And we're going to eventually Romeo. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, so that situation, I think is going to end with that. Mike Green wouldn't be a bad idea. I know, obviously, situations. James Pierce Jr., I think a lot of people would be happy with that one as well. I just want Starks. I really do. I want Starks in the first round. Second round, we could take an edge rusher, defensive lineman. And we just need someone we can pair up with Geno Stone when eventually the Bengals listen to me and move our boy Jordan Battle to middle linebacker. He does have to bulk up a little bit. But I think he will. And I think he will be a pretty damn good middle linebacker. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Which of these guys would you personally want to add to our squad? If you had the first round pick, who would you go with? Would you go with the field? There's always a chance. The field, I don't know if I agree. The field, I definitely think there's a chance we go with the field here because there's a couple other guys you could go with as well. But again, it really does depend on how the draft falls to you. That's another factor here. It's all depending on how the actual draft falls to you. If it falls to you correctly, then yeah, you're going to be able to get, the correct player. But if it doesn't, you might be trading back. And that's another factor here. We might not get any guy on this list right here. Or majority of guys on this list we won't get if we trade back. Trade back an extra 7th or 2nd and 7th round pick, maybe. It's kind of stockpile picks and stuff like that. Or maybe they just reach and get Tyler Booker, and we are all sitting here like, we really thought that we were going to get someone here. But we end up getting Tyler Booker, and it's all GG, and that's all she wrote. Maybe that's like the end-all, be-all right now. I don't know. I just don't want to take a tight end first round. We could take a tight end 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, if we get a 7th. But we can get a tight end in the 6th round and, you know, have him develop, have him, you know, get going. But I don't want it this early. No, not first. First has to be a hit for us. We have to get a home run hit with the first round pick. And I feel like that just is defense. It's absolutely defense. Maybe Tyler Booker in the 2nd round potentially, but first round has to be defense. This is going to be fun, guys. We got 22 days before this draft happens, and we find out the future of this team. Who day, boys? Who day?